The government has admitted that it is incapable of reviving Malaysia Airlines. PM Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad says, as much as he wants MAB to be a national airline, but it seems that Putrajaya just can't afford it. The government is now mulling whether to sell it, since several parties have expressed interest in taking over the ailing carrier. Other options include expanding or changing the management or downsizing the company. Mahathir says the government may even look at expanding MAB's current business scale, pointing out that the carrier has many underutilized aircraft that are incurring losses. He notes that there are many lower-rank employees who are willing to serve in the carrier, but the management's strategy is not bringing in profit. Khazanah Nasional had sunk in 6 billion ringgit into MAB in a bid to return it to the black within 3 years. That effort was said to have been derailed by the weak ringgit and rising jet fuel costs, causing it to miss 2 profitability deadlines. PM Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad says Putrajaya could end up forking out a whopping 130 billion ringgit for the ECRL if it had chosen to go with the terms of the deal signed by the previous BN administration. According to Mahathir, the government would have to borrow up to 60 billion ringgit over 30 years to finance the project and incur some 70 billion ringgit in interest in the process. Former Finance Minister Tun Abdul Daim Zainuddin is leading the negotiations with Beijing over the suspended 688 km railway project. Last month, it was said that closed-doors talks between Daim and his Chinese counterparts on reducing the size of the project had reached the last mile. On why Daim was appointed to lead the negotiations instead of Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng, the PM says there were certain restrictions and that Daim had certain capabilities that made him the best person for the job. Aviation regulator Mavcom has received a total of 821 complaints from consumers throughout the 6-month period of July to December 2018. That's an 11.7% increase year-on-year, compared with 735 complaints recorded previously. This was mainly due to higher complaints against airlines, which made up the lion's share, or 810 of total complaints. Conversely, complaints against airports actually fell, down 21.4% year-on-year to 11 from 14 in the same period in 2017. In the Commission's latest consumer report, it highlighted that among the carriers, Malaysia Airlines received the most complaints, followed by AirAsia and Malindo Air. MAB saw 41.9% more complaints compared with last year, 413 to be exact, while AirAsia recorded 230 complaints, marking a 36.1% year-on-year increase. Only Malindo Air saw a major improvement, with complaints down 58.9% to just 69. Notably, mishandled baggage, processing of refunds and flight delays made up the top 3 complaints categories. These 3 categories together contributed more than half of the total complaints received. Mavcom has resolved and closed 99.6% of them, and says that 55% of the resolved complaints involved airlines reversing their initial decisions for a resolution in favor of consumers. Executive Chairman Dr. Nungsari Ahmad Radi says the rise in complaints indicates improved awareness levels among consumers of their rights. Lotte Chemical Titan Holding has denied rumours that it was involved in the pollution of a river in Johor. In a statement to Bursa today, Lotte also refuted talk that its plants in Pasir Gudang and Tanjung Langsat were shut for 2 weeks due to the crisis at Sungai Kim Kim. The company says all its plants are operating under normal conditions and that it was business as usual for Lotte. It adds that it has been working closely with the authorities, other organizations and companies in the vicinity in providing support and rendering assistance. It will continue to monitor rumors or inaccurate information affecting the company and warns that it will consider all appropriate action, including legal recourse, against any party that initiates, disseminates or circulates baseless allegations or rumors. Selangor Dredging says its 37% owned associate, Fortress Minerals Limited, has obtained the Singapore Exchange's approval for listing on the Catalyst board. In the filing with Bursa Malaysia, Selangor Dredging said it is aiming to list FML on March 27, 2019. FML is involved in the exploration, mining, production and sale of iron ore concentrate mined from the east, valley and west deposits of its Bukit Bersih mine in the Terengganu state. The mining right there covers a total area of about 526.2 hectares and will expire in early 2033. It sells its iron ore concentrate primarily to steel mills and trading companies in China and Malaysia. Proceeds from the IPO will be used to further develop the mine, including continuing and future exploration and geology work, as well as expansion of its iron ore processing capacities. That aside, the group will also look at acquisition, JV and/or development of new mines in Malaysia and abroad.